we are here in DALAT. We just arrived on a flight from Ho Chi Minh. We're here for 3 nights and we can't wait to explore this town that's in the middle of the mountains. Before we get into the room tour, we've had one of the weirdest arrivals to a place I think in the entire 4 months we've been travelling. DALAT airport is absolutely tiny. You could see the flight attendants take off the bags off the plane and drop them on the carousel, literally the other side of the wall. It's one of the smallest airports I've ever been in. Literally from getting off the plane to getting your bag to getting out of the airport was probably about 50 metres. It was so small. It is unfortunately about 30 kilometres away from DALAT town centre, so be prepared to pay a slightly more expensive taxi to get to DALAT, but it is the only way to get here because they stopped the bus service last year. However, because we arrived at night time, we're completely disorientated. DALAT looks massive, and because it's in the mountains, it's really spaced out. So we need to just get a bit of sleep tonight and get up early tomorrow and explore the place because we have no idea where we are. So it is the next morning and we're about to head out and experience our first day in DALAT. But before we do, look at the view from this bathroom of DALAT. This place looks outrageous. I honestly can't wait to explore this place. We've just got a scooter from the hotel itself, 150,000 dong per day, so we've hired it for 2 days. And yeah, we're just gonna go out now and explore this wonderful place. So we've got our scooter and we're about to take off, but before we do, oh my god, the temperature difference. Now we're a couple hundred kilometers further north and in the mountains, it is so much cooler. I would say it's probably at least 7 or 8 degrees cooler than Ho Chi Minh. I'm actually a little bit on the chilly side. Like if we were on a holiday in Europe, this would be warm for us, but we've just spent 4 months in 35 degree heat. This is probably 27 maximum. It's a bit cloudy and it just feels cold to me. This is so strange, but isn't it quiet as well? We've just come from Ho Chi Minh again, where there is non-stop traffic and we're up in the mountains and it's so much quieter here. The hotel from the outside as well, Carly's done a great job of booking this one. This is absolutely stunning. Take a look at this. So yeah, we're gonna get on the bike, get some fuel, and then head into town and get some food. This is the first ride in Vietnam, and it might seem quiet at the moment, but it's not, honestly. There is so many people on these roads. But it's good to get back on the bike again. First trip in Vietnam! Yeah! So we've just driven into town and we've stopped at this place called Annie. Is it Annie Cafe or Anne Cafe? We've stopped at this place called Anne Cafe and it's on the ridge of the road. It's absolutely stunning. The decor and the layout is beautiful. And because it's so much cooler, for probably the first time in months, we've got ourselves a hot coffee. This just feels so weird not sweating and having a hot coffee in Vietnam. That was absolutely incredible. That was so nice just to sit and take in the world going by. It's such a pretty cafe, but we've got exploring to do. Despite it being in the mountains and a lot quieter than Ho Chi Minh, the traffic is still super busy, and of course they still don't stop at a crossing for you. But we've come to the first place on our trip in DALAT and it's called the Flower Park, and it literally is exactly that. It's a beautiful little flowered area right at the side of the road with a nice backdrop of DALAT city centre. It's great. This is such a quirky place. Have you ever seen a massive billboard in the middle of a beautiful flower park? It's just so wildly different. This flower park is absolutely beautiful. There is literally no one here. You can barely hear the traffic in the background. It's just so pretty. All the flowers starting to bloom. The sun's come out a little bit and warmed it up as well. It's still nowhere near as hot as Ho Chi Minh or anywhere else we've been in all of Asia. But it's just beautiful. Very, very strong first impressions of DALAT, that is for sure. Ciao. Amazing. The next place we have come to is Lam Vien Square, which just looks like a massive parade square with lots of tiered seating. I'm guessing they do all sorts of festivities and parades and things like that, and it's got the opera house in the background. It's just a massive open space with beautiful views of some of the mountains in the distance and the lake. I was not expecting this at all. From the outside, it's just a parade square with an opera house in the middle, but underneath it is a full shopping mall. Like, where's this come from? And to think, all of that is just underneath this parade square. It just felt a bit like a TARDIS. It was so big under there, and it's literally just here, right underneath the opera house. So Kai and I just got a couple of pastries and a couple of drinks from the shop underneath Lam Vien Square, and it cost, I think, about 50,000 dong. It's just so cheap in Vietnam to have food and drink here. It's by far the cheapest we've seen in the whole of Southeast Asia. But we're just, as the sun is starting to go down on the day, next to Lam Vien Square is Yer Sin Park, which is another glorious park to walk around. So many budding flowers, it's so pretty and vibrant and colourful. There's sellers as well, selling little bits of food as well. There's some people working out. It's nice and quiet, there's not many tourists. DALAT is really, really beautiful. And then what binds all of those places we've been to together is this beautiful lake in the middle. It's called Xuan Huang Lake. Hope I pronounced that right. But it's just like the calmest lake. And towards sunset, it's just stunning. And to think this is right in the center of DALAT. There's a road that goes around the outside of it all, and I think there is loads of parks and forests around it that we might try and explore a few more if we have time. But it's just a stunning place. I hate to say it, but after doing a 3-part video in Ho Chi Minh, I thought that would be the only time I needed to do it. But I think I might have to make DALAT a 2-part video. This place is incredible and there is still so much to come. Oh, I don't think I'll fit it all into one video. So we've just got back to the hotel and they haven't as such got a rooftop terrace. We're sort of in the closed down restaurant side of the hotel because it is a bit quieter for some reason. I don't know why, because it's a beautiful hotel. But the view out of the west side of the hotel of this sunset over the mountains is right up there with some of the coolest sunsets we've seen. Take a look at this. So we're about to go back out again and head towards the night market in DALAT. However, because it was so cold on the bike on the way back, the amount of locals that are wearing woolly hats and coats, we don't have anything like that at the moment because the amount of hot weather travel we've been doing. However, I do have my skins. It's crazy, I'm actually wearing them for the first time since we climbed Mount Bromo. So yeah, we're going to try and get some jumpers or warmer clothes tonight for the rest of Vietnam because I think the further north we go, the cooler it will get. So yeah, here's to a night wearing skins. So we've just parked our bike up a side street and it's now time to head into the night market.
Hello, barbecue fry.
This market is right in the centre of DALAT. There's a square in the middle, loads of shops open. It's quite organised. It's like food on one side and clothing on the other, which is pretty cool. Makes it a lot easier to shop around.
We've even got woolly hats and earmuffs. It's currently 12 degrees. Mats and shorts.
As well as coats and jumpers, they've also got some broccoli. It's actually amazing that like 80% of this market, based on clothes, is warm weather. All coats and jumpers, like Carly said, hats, woolly scarves. We just haven't seen that at all anywhere in Southeast Asia. But here, they like tailoring for the cooler weather. I mean, it's cold from what we're used to, but it isn't that cold. And yet there are so many people dressed up like they're in the middle of Antarctica. How does it look?
Fantastic.
I have absolutely no idea why the clothes are so cheap. A lot of them seem very second-hand, bit jumble sale-like, but I've gone to this one guy who's selling just normal jumpers and coats that are completely brand new, and I've got this grey jumper for the rest of the trip to Vietnam, and it only cost 100,000 dong. That is the cheapest by far I've had on the whole trip for any sort of clothes at all. It is unbelievable how cheap Vietnam is for everything. So we are leaving the night market in DALAT, and actually it's a lot bigger than you first think when you walk into it. The food options are a little bit limited. It's quite samey, and for the clothes, like I said, 80% of them are all winter clothes, and they seem second-hand and not really our type of fashion. So it's not a bad market. It's annoying that they open up the road after a certain time to let traffic through, because then it just turns into a bit of chaos, but other than that, It's a nice enough market to walk around. It's a good hour or two well spent. So we are back in the hotel, and that is the end of part 1 of our trip to DALAT. We've had such an amazing day. This place is so surprising on many different levels. But tomorrow and the following day, we've got a lot more to explore. So stay tuned for the next episode where we continue to explore DALAT.